Now, I would say you have faith too, right now, even as maybe an atheist or agnostic.
I would say I'm atheist, but I'm open-minded to learning something if it's true. Like, I'm not going to be closed-minded.
But you do have faith, right? But I would argue as an atheist that your faith is actually the opposite of what you say you want. Your faith is actually a blind faith. Can I give you 1 point to show that?
Okay.
Okay, just think about this. So, we've been standing here for the last 20 minutes or so,
really?
Maybe. I hope I'm not making you too late. We've been standing here for the last 20 minutes. Have you at any point in the last 20 minutes been fearful, or has it crossed your mind that at some point you might just float away?
No, because Newton did a very rigorous mathematical proof of the law of gravitation. Einstein did his Einstein field equations to show the curvature of space-time creates gravity.
Very good.
And we can measure this force repeatedly with experiments, with numbers and everything.
We can examine the universe that we're in and see the laws. We can see the laws that are in place. No, I'm going to press a little further to show your faith.
I've never experienced it either. I've never had a spiritual experience ever in my life.
Yeah.
I've had people say they have. My mom claims to have spiritual experiences. No proof though.
Well, let's get to that. My point was, and I'm going to let you challenge it. Okay.
Yeah.
I would argue that you can't have science apart from the biblical worldview. Science is impossible in your worldview. And here's how I'm going to point to it. Because all of science is based upon induction or the uniformity in nature. Okay. Now, this is not something that you have to have a Christian tell you. You can do Bertrand Russell, one of the most famous atheists in history. David Hume, Scottish skeptic. We're not talking about Christians here. You can look at a number of modern physicists, atheists, agnostics referring to the problem of the uniformity in nature. And that is that in all of our past experience, nature was uniform. In order to test things scientifically, you have to know that nature is uniform. Those laws you refer to have to be real. They have to be in place, and we have to be able to depend upon them in the future. So here's my question to you as an atheist. If God is not there, and this universe is the random result of evolutionary processes, if you and I, our ancestors were bacteria, and we got here through blind, purposeless forces, so you have to ask this question. I'm a scientific man, I want proof, I want to believe it's true, I have to be able to see it, touch it, test it.
Is this a fine-tuning argument?
No. It actually goes, it's deeper than that. Because you can't even talk about fine-tuning without the uniformity in nature. So what I'm saying is...
What do you mean by the uniformity of nature?
That the future will be like the past.
That the future will be like the past?
Yeah, for example, and what I meant was, I try to use a very rudimentary example. We've been standing here, and we've assumed the whole time that gravity's going to hold us down like it did in the past.
True.
Okay, but we have to be able to justify that claim.
Okay.
If this universe is random, unguided, no purpose, there is no God governing it, how do you justify an appeal to the uniformity in nature? Because you don't know that the next 5 seconds will be like the past. You don't know that. Time and chance acting on matter doesn't create uniformity.
But how would God invoke uniformity versus just natural laws and quantum fields interacting with each other?
Okay, so again...
why would there need to be a mystical being looking at something?
I'm not talking about a mystical being. I'm talking about a God who is known, who's actually condescended and walked among us and revealed himself to us. So what I'm saying is that in order for you to do the science that you should do, let me give you this encouragement. Oxford, Cambridge, Yale, Harvard, all of those institutions for the last couple of 100 years, what were they? Christian institutions.
Yeah, but I want to hear what you're saying.
So I'm saying the science that we've had, the big explosion in modern science we've had, without question, came from it grew out of a Christian worldview. Why? Because Christians believe in a God who governs the universe, and the universe is law-like. It's coherent. We can study it, we can see the mechanisms, and we can depend upon the future being like the past. What I'm saying is that you have to live by blind faith about when you walk away from this conversation and you're walking to your next class or to go to get something to eat, every step is a step of blind faith because you don't know that the laws of the universe are going to be the same 5 seconds from now as they were in the past. Here's my point. As an atheist, you have no justification for the principle of induction, that the future will be like the past. You have to live by faith.
Okay, so basically you're saying that because God is real, we know that the cosmological constants will not change in 5 seconds.
Because we have God and his revelation, we know who he is. God has told us about himself and how he governs the universe. So I have faith in this God who sustains all things and carries everything to its intended destination. I believe in a universe that is law-like and can be clocked and depended upon because I have a God who actually governs the universe.
The laws of the universe. Like whenever he does a miracle, he's like temporarily changing laws.
Miracles aren't problems for me, they're problems for you.
What does that mean?
What I mean is, in a Christian worldview where you have a law-like universe with a God who governs it and a uniform creation, when God does something peculiar and now all of a sudden, wait, that's not supposed to be that way. This universe is law-like. It's not supposed to happen like this.
Right.
Miracles are weird things for me. But for you, you live in a universe with time and chance acting on matter. It's all chaos. There's no laws in this universe that can be depended upon. So miracles aren't strange in your worldview.
Connecting laws that are really just pattern recognition of measuring stuff over and over again that obeys a formula.
So you think it's just patterns and it's not a law?
It's just patterns that somehow emerge to us. But
So you think about that. Oh, wait, no, you're on a good point. Absolutely, you're on a good point though.
I'm gonna forget. So,
okay, sorry.
You're basically saying that the reasons we know that the cosmological constants, thus like the deducted laws of our universe, will stay uniform because God created this universe, so it's uniform under him.
We have a meaningful justification to appeal to laws in the universe at all.
Can I say something?
Sure, yeah.
So, but the difference between what you're saying is chaos as in how things evolved is not chaos according to the laws of physics. It's all explainable within the laws of physics, just chaotic processes within these laws, versus you're trying to say like a different type of chaos than I'm saying.
No, I'm saying that there is all you have is chaos. All you have is
chaos within the laws of physics.
Well,
yes.
you're referring again to laws as though they're real things.
It's like a molecules in a can. If you shake them up, knowing the position of one of those molecules is probabilistic. It's chaotic. We wouldn't know, but they all obey the same physical laws.
Physical laws.
We fully know.
Right. How do you know those physical laws will be the same 5 seconds from now? You don't have a God who governs the universe. You have a universe that came from nothing. You have time and chance acting on matter. You don't know that things aren't going to switch.